Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्यमाद अभचरण अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्यमाद सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री गंधर्व गिरिधारी की जय। श्री श्री लक्ष्मण सिंह भगवान की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the assembly bodies, all glories to the assembly bodies, all glories to the assembly bodies, all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sha Padantikam Vandeham Shri Gura Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanitangscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandha Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrinda Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karati vachalam pangulanghaite girim Jatkripātamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. They are sitting so far.
Can we come a little closer?
You can get the chair.
Hope nobody else will come now, right?
They calculate the sadhana time.
Hare Krishna. So, hope you are very happy in your Krishna consciousness and hope that you celebrated your Janmashtami festival wonderfully. If you are happy with that, please say loudly, Hari Bol. So first time I have come to this place. Very happy to see a new center. Interesting place. So today we will be discussing about Sadhana Bhakti. So sadhana is the integral part of our life. Whatever may be the goal of our life, unless we do some sadhana, we cannot achieve the goal. In the same way, if we want to achieve the spiritual goal, then we have to practice. Sadhana means practice. Success formula means 3 words: practice, practice, and practice. These are the 3 words. There is no alternative to practice. We should not think one day you get up in the morning, heart is filled with love of Godhead, Krishna appears in front of you. It's not going to happen unless you are exceptionally brilliant personality. But the normal process is we have to practice. So practice is known as sadhana. Sadhana means engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. Bhakti. Bhakti has 3 different aspects: sadhana, bhava, and prema. So before entering into sadhana, we should first understand what is bhakti and what is Shuddha Bhakti. Because when we talk about sadhana bhakti, we talk about sadhana bhakti in the process of achieving prema bhakti, and that is pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyamam abhijanati. If we want to know Krishna, if we want to know the Lord, the process is bhakti. And Prabhupada translates bhakti as devotional service. Krishna has spoken about karma, has spoken about jnana, he has spoken about Ashtanga Yoga, and he also has spoken about bhakti. But at the end, he is telling that if you want to know me, then process is bhakti. So what is the meaning of bhakti? We should know the definition. If you want to know something, definition has to be understood. So definition of bhakti is very simple. It is explained by a wonderful verse. Sarva upadi vinirmuktam tatparatana nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sanam bhakti ruchyate. So what is bhakti? In simple term, rishikena rishikesha sevanam. When we engage our senses in the service of who? The master of the senses, Rishikesh. That is bhakti. But in order to do that, what we have to do? We have to be free from material designations. Sarva upadhi vinir muktam. In this world, we have so many designations, many varieties of designations. starts with we are human beings. One designation. Then male or female, other designations. Then according to the country, Indian, American, Russian, African, many designations. Then according to profession, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a businessman, I am a lecturer, I am a professor. So list continues, right? Then I am a social worker, so I am a freedom fighter. So many varieties of upadhi. Then education also. I am having this degree, that degree, list continues. So these are the designations, and we identify with those designations. And that is the main confusion in our life. Before Kurukshetra war, by the arrangement of Krishna, Arjuna was able to see two personalities in the enemy camp. One was Bhishma Pitama, and second one was Dronacharya. So when Arjuna saw these two personalities, it's not that Arjuna was fighting the battle for the first time. His life is a life of fighting battles. He fought so many big battles. But this was a very special battle for Arjuna. It was the war to establish dharma, arrangement of Krishna to establish dharma. And Arjuna, when he saw these two personalities, he started thinking that I am a warrior, I am a fighter here, so it's my duty to kill both of them because they are in the enemy camp. Then he started thinking, how can I kill them? One is my grandfather, another one is my guru, spiritual master. They should be respected, they should be served, they should be loved. How can I kill them? Then Arjuna started thinking, then who am I? I am a grandson, I am a disciple, I am a father, I am a brother, or I am a warrior. Who am I? This is called dharma sankat. We are bewildered. Arjuna represents all of us. We are also bewildered in this world. What is my duty? Who am I? Everybody is identifying in a different way and thinking that this is my duty. So this is the problem in our life. That's why human life begins when we give up these designations. Krishna started speaking Bhagavad Gita, and the first lesson he gave that you are not this body. All these designations are connected with this material body. And because of that, all confusions. So the spirit soul, that identity is very, very important. We have to give up all our material designations and we should try to understand who am I. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked the same question. Who am I? And Mahaprabhu said, Jiva Swarupaya Krishna Nityadas. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vangsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. What is the meaning of Sanatan? Because we always talk about Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan Dharma. What is the meaning of Sanatan? Eternal. So what is eternal? In this world, everything is temporary. Nothing is eternal, right? This body is eternal, it's temporary. So everything in this world is temporary. But Krishna is telling we should perform Sanatana dharma. How it is possible? Everything in this world temporary. How can I perform Sanatana dharma? That's why you have to know our identity, eternal identity. That's why he said, Moi Bangsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jiva, the living entity, the spirit soul is eternal. Body is temporary, but the living entity is eternal. Who else is eternal? Lord is eternal, because the living entity is part and parcel of the Lord. As living entity is eternal, Lord must be eternal. In other way around, Lord is eternal, therefore the part and parcel of the Lord is also eternal. So Lord is eternal, and living entity, the spirit soul, is also eternal. And their relationship is also eternal. So when the spirit soul is engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord, that dharma is Sanatana dharma. And that is known as Bhakti. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam, Bhakti Richate. In this world, people are not happy. We try to become happy, but very difficult, not at all possible to become happy. Why? Because Krishna has declared in Bhagavad Gita, this world is the world of miseries. Dukkha alayam. It's a place of dukkha, not sukha. And people feel very bad about this. Why Krishna has said like that? We all want to become happy, but Krishna has declared this world itself is the place of unhappiness. What a negative talk. Right? People get very much dismotivated by hearing this. So what do you think? Krishna has spoken truth?
Yes.
Why this place is a place of misery? Because this world has an inherent flaw. What is that? Ashasatam. This world is temporary. Whatever is temporary cannot give us happiness. That's why if we are to experience happiness, then we have to live in eternity. Sanatan. So that Sanatan activity is known as Bhakti. The activity of the spirit soul is Bhakti. Bhakti is not from this material world. Bhakti is part of the spiritual world. So this is Bhakti. Serving the Lord with our body, mind and senses. We have to serve the Lord, then that becomes Bhakti. So Bhakti is also divided into two categories. Suddha Bhakti and Mishra Bhakti. Pure devotional service and mixed devotional service. Why it is devotional service? When you serve the Lord, that becomes devotional service. But there should be also pure intention. Devotional service is pure, but practitioner also should be pure. There are two things, practice and practitioner. The practice is known as Bhakti. Practitioner is known as Bhakta. Both have to be pure. Then we can achieve perfection. So problem in this world that things are very impure in this world. Both practitioner and also the process are impure. So now we have identified the process, whatever we discussed now, that is pure process, that is Bhakti. Then whether this Bhakti will be pure or not, that depends on the practitioner. That's why it's called Suddha Bhakti, when the practitioner has the pure intention. And Rupa Goswami says, Anya bhilasita sunyam Gena karmadi anavritam Anukullena Krishna Nusilanam Bhakti Ruttama. In this world, people has unlimited desire, but that can be divided into two broad categories. First category, most of the people in this world, they want to enjoy this material world. Everybody is after sense enjoyment. And the epitome of that enjoyment is a man is attracted by woman and woman is attracted by a man. That is the epitome of sense enjoyment in this world. But the problem is that enjoyment is very alluring, but that enjoyment leads to suffering. That is the problem. That enjoyment is very alluring. We become attracted. Right? People are attracted. Just like a magnet and iron are attracted with each other. The same way we are attracted in this world like that. That's why it is known as prayer. It's very, very attractive at the beginning, but very miserable at the end. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Jai sangasparsa jab hoga, dukkha jana evate, addanta banta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, where unhappiness or miseries take birth, birthplace of misery. We all know birthplace of Krishna, right? Just now we celebrated Janmashtami. So where is the birthplace of Krishna? That is also very mysterious, but generally we know Krishna appeared in Mathura. Where did Ram appear? Birthplace of Ram? Ayodhya. Very good. Where is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Boliye? Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham. So, where is the birthplace of misery, God? Where is the birthplace of misery, God? Unhappiness, God? Krishna says in this verse, where the senses and sense objects are united, that is the place of birth of miseries. Another shocking news from Bhagavad Gita. Whole world is thinking the source of happiness is sense enjoyment. Where the senses and sense objects are united, that is the place of happiness. That's why people are working so hard to do that. But Krishna is telling that is the place of miseries. You like that statement? Whether you like or don't like, that is the statement. And Krishna continues, who is intelligent? Who does not try to derive happiness from sense enjoyment. So those who are trying to be happy by sense enjoyment, who are they? They are not intelligent. Opposite to intelligent, no other word. So, intelligence means those who don't try to enjoy through his or her senses. So then what to do then? We only have senses. That's known as bhoga. Then people get frustrated in bhoga. Then next is what? Tyaga. I am frustrated. So I remember early days in Mayapur, one man came, Prabhuji, I want to join your ashram. He said, are you married? He said, yes. So how come? You have a family? No, I want to join the ashram. Why did you join? Why do you want to join? He said, I cannot stay with my wife. Too much fight. So, enough is enough. So then he said, now if she calls you and speaks to you in a very nice way, what will you do? He kept quiet. Bhoga and Tyaga. These are two sides of the same coin. There is no difference. When people become frustrated in Bhoga, they go to Tyaga, and when they become frustrated in Tyaga, they come back to Bhoga. Bhoga, Tyaga, Bhoga, Tyaga. It's called Bhukti, Mukti, Bhukti, Mukti. Continues the journey. But Krishna does not talk about Bhoga. Krishna does not talk about Tyaga. Krishna talks about Yoga. Yoga means Bhakti. So when we give up the desire of Bhukti and Mukti, when we give the desire of Bhoga and Tyaga, then that Bhakti becomes pure Bhakti. Then what desire we should have? We should become desireless stone. No desire, no desire, no desire. What is the desire? We should have spiritual desire. And what is the spiritual desire? Desire to please Krishna. When bhakti is meant to please Krishna, that is known as pure bhakti. And that is the subject matter of discussion today. So this pure bhakti has three different levels: sadhana, bhava, and prema. But we will talk about sadhana today because that is the subject matter of discussion today. So what is the purpose of sadhana? To attain bhava and prema. That is the purpose of sadhana. You should know. If you don't know the purpose, oh, I am chanting. Why? I don't know. I go to the temple. Why? I don't know. I study Bhagavatam. Why? I don't know. If someone is driving the car, where are you going? I don't know. People do like that. This is called ritual. People are too much interested in ritual. I do this, I do that. So many things we do in the name of spirituality, but we don't know the purpose. When you do some spiritual activity without the purpose, that is known as ritual. But we are not talking about ritual here. We are talking about spiritual activity, which is sadhana bhakti. Purpose. What is the purpose of sadhana? To attain love of Godhead. That is the purpose. We have to attain love for Krishna. That is the purpose of sadhana. That should be very, very clear. Sadhana bhakti theke hoy roti ruday, roti garo hoile tare prem nam koy. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, the purpose of sadhana is to awaken love of Godhead. And you may ask, why love of Godhead? What you will get in love of Godhead? Another question. What's the necessity of love of Godhead? We know if you get money, we can buy things. But if I get love of Godhead, what I will get? Everybody is interested. What I will get? Sadhana, okay, you told prema bhakti. So what's the big deal if I get prema? So prema bhakti is the goal of our life. And if we attain prema, that will take us to the spiritual world. This is a visa for the spiritual world. You know, if you want to go to another country, you need to get the visa done. So what is the visa for the spiritual world? Krishna Prema. That will give you the entry into the spiritual world. So you are motivated to get Prema Bhakti? Motivation is very, very important. Why? Why Prema Bhakti? Why not a villa? Why not go to Switzerland? Why spiritual world? So we should be very, very clear. The purpose of life. Purpose of life is to get Prema Bhakti, love of Godhead, and with love of Godhead we can enter into the spiritual world. So it's clear, goal is clear. So now we should focus on sadhana. To go to that goal, we have to practice. What are the three words of success?
Practice, practice.
Practice, practice, and practice. Three words you should remember. And what are the three words to stay in this material world? These three words also, all three words. What are three words?
Enjoy.
I like it. As long as these three words will exist in our life, we will exist in this material world without any problem. I like it. So practice for what? We have to change these three words. Purpose is that we should do what Krishna likes, not I like. It's paradigm shift. Practice means what? To change. What to change? Change the paradigm of life. Why you are not happy in this world? Why? I told one philosophical understanding what Krishna says. There is another paradigm. Why we are not happy? Because we want to be happy. That's why we are not happy in this world. This is the problem. The center is I. I want to be happy. If the goal is that I want to be happy, he cannot be happy. He will be frustrated. So what should be the goal? I should be replaced by another word, Krishna. When Krishna takes over our life, then we can be happy. Krishna consciousness means not giving up anything. Krishna consciousness means adding Krishna in our life. In this world, all zeros, forces. Maybe you have 1 0, somebody can have 2 zeros, somebody can have 3 zeros. I have this, I have this, I have this degree, I have this job, I have this house, I have that car, all zeros. And people fight also. I have 5 zeros. Oh no, I have 10 zeros. Somebody says, no, I have 20 zeros. And I have done century, I have 100 zeros. So is there any difference between 1 0 and 100 0? All zero. But if you add 1 at the left, 1 0 means 10. It's called exponential growth. If 2 0 means 100, 3 0 means 1000. Is not nice? If you want to add value in our life, then we have to add Krishna. Without Krishna, value is zero. So therefore, Krishna consciousness means adding Krishna in our life. And that process of adding Krishna is sadhana bhakti. So there are many processes given in Shastra. Sanatana Goswami has explained many processes in Hari Bhakti Vilas. He has composed a wonderful book, Hari Bhakti Vilas. But his brother Rupa Goswami is the main acharya in our line. He thought too many processes, too difficult for people in this age of Kali. So he has given a summarized version, 64 items of devotional service, sadhana bhakti. Then he started thinking, 64, very difficult. What to talk about practicing? Remembering is difficult. Because Kali Yuga, people don't remember things. They forget. Now, a common disease has come. People are forgetting everything. They are not able to remember anything. But Prabhupada says, forgetting material thing is good. We should remember Krishna. Because the purpose of sadhana bhakti is to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. This is the purpose of sadhana bhakti. So Rupa Goswami has given 64. Then he said, out of these 64, 5 are most important. Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Sravan, Mathura Vas, Sri Murti, Shraddha, Ishavan. These are the 5. For the first, association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha. Second, Nam Kirtan, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then Bhagavad Shravan, hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Mathura Vas, residing in a holy place. And fifth is worshipping the deities of the Lord. These are the five most potent forms of devotional service. So Prahlad Maharaj has given another dimension of sadhana bhakti. He has given 9 processes of devotional service. This is known as Navada Bhakti. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pungsar Pita Vishnu Bhakti Navalakshana. These are 9 processes of devotional service. Starting with hearing and chanting. Sravanam, Kirtanam, then Smaranam, the other processes continue. But Chaitanya Charitamrita explains wonderfully. It is said, Bhajaner Madhya Shrestha Navavida Bhakti. Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. Tar Madhya Sarvashrestha Nam Sankirtan Niraparade Nam Loile Pai Premadhan. It is explained, Bhajaner Madhya Shrestha. Means there are many processes of sadhana bhakti. Out of that, which is the topmost? Navavida Bhakti. The 9 processes of devotional service, as explained by Prahlad Maharaj in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why it is topmost? Sashta means top. Why? It has the potency. Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. This process has big potency to give Krishna and love for Krishna. That's why it's topmost. But out of these 9, the top is Tar Madhya Sarvashrestha Nam Sankirtan. Chanting of the holy name is the topmost process, especially in this age of Kali. Why? Niraparade Nam Loile Pai Premadhan. If you chant the holy name of the Lord without any offense, we get love of God. So love of Godhead is the goal of sadhana bhakti. So why we chant? Because if we chant purely, then we can get love of Godhead. Then you may say, oh, chanting purely means we can chant impurely also. There are 3 levels of chanting. Chanting with offenses, chanting in the clearing stage, and chanting purely. 3 levels. It's called Aparajukta Nam, Namabhas, and Shuddha Nam. When you chant with offenses, there are 10 offenses against the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, which are explained in Padma Puran. If we chant the holy name along with offenses, then we get material prosperity. People think it's very good. Right? People are after material prosperity. So just chant the holy name and people get attracted by that also. As soon as they start chanting, promotion happens. So they are chanting 8 times. Why do 8? 16. Then another promotion, 32. Then after that he lost the job. Then stop chanting. This is the material motivation to chant the holy name of the Lord. This is called Aparajukta Nam. We get material opulence, material prosperity. But we are stuck into this material world. Attachment increases if we chant the holy name of the Lord with offenses. Then Namabhas. Aparajukta Nam means Bhukti. Namabhas, Mukti. If we chant the holy name at the level of Namabhas, clearing stage, we get liberation. And if we chant the holy name of the Lord purely, what do you get? Prema Bhakti. Prema, love of God. So Bhukti, Mukti, Bhakti. So in order to get love for Krishna, we have to chant the holy name purely. So in order to chant the holy name purely, we have to practice how to chant purely without offenses. That is sadhana. So there are other aspects of sadhana also, but Prabhupada has given us Prabhupada said, the purpose of life, human form of life is to do tapasya, austerity. Austerity means accepting voluntarily what? Inconveniences. For what? Inconveniences of body, mind. When we accept inconveniences voluntarily, that is known as tapasya. Austerity. Human form of life is not meant for enjoyment. That is available in any other species of life. But human body is not given for enjoyment. Human life is given for austerity. Brahma, when he was born, he was not able to understand what to do, what not to do. He was confused. Then he heard, tapa, 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 means do tapasya. Austerity. What is the meaning of austerity? There are many meanings, but austerity means withdrawing the senses from sense object and engaging the senses in the service of the Lord. That is known as tapasya. Our senses are attracted to sense enjoyment. Daite vishayan pungsha sangaste tripujayate sanga sangjayate kamo kamat pradubijayate pradat bhavati sammoho sammoha siddhi vibrama siddhi bhangshat buddhi nashat pranasati. Our mind is always absorbed in sense enjoyment, always thinking about sense enjoyment. And what is the consequence of that? Pranasati. Pranasati means demotion. We will definitely not get human form of life again. We will be demoted to the lower species of life. That is the consequence of absorption in sense enjoyment. Then what to do? What is the meaning of tapasya? We have to do opposite. Man mana bhava mad bhakta. We have to think about Krishna. That is tapasya. And why you will think about Krishna? What you will get? Krishna also declares. He declared what is the consequence if we remember sense enjoyment, and he also declares what is the consequence if we remember Krishna. Antakale cha mame bas paran mukta kalevaram japrayati samad bhavam jati nastatra sansaya. Krishna says, if someone leaves the body remembering Krishna, remembering me, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, then he does not have to take birth again. He will come back to me. So, if we remember Krishna, we will go up. If we remember sense enjoyment, we will go down. Promotion, demotion. How many of you want demotion? Nobody wants to be demoted in this world. Everybody wants to be promoted, but they want to enjoy. Enjoyment means demotion. Tapasya means promotion. So if you want promotion, then what do you have to do? Tapasya. Sadhana. So sadhana begins in the morning. That is a problem. Prabhupada said everybody should get up before 4 o'clock in the morning. Shocking news. The day begins with the shock. Some people say, why to sleep then? Why to sleep? You have no work. So people get very dismotivated. But if you see properly, if you want to be a successful person in every field, the most convenient time, most suitable time, most favorable time to practice is early morning. The greatest athletes in this world, they practice early in the morning. Right? Those who are good singers, they sing, they practice singing when? Early morning. Secret. Even the scientific revolution also is there. They are telling there is something mysterious during early morning. Why? It is said, if you want to see Brahma, if you want to see Param Brahma, Bhagavan, then we have to get up in Brahma Muhurta. Why people cannot see Krishna? Because they don't see Brahma Muhurta. First we have to see Brahma Muhurta, then we can see Brahma. Sadhana. That is called sadhana. Very difficult to get up. 4 o'clock. Alarm clock rings and we think, why? Why? Why it is ringing? Just now I slept. Whether I put the alarm properly or not. So this is the problem, because we are attached to something else. Very difficult. And we already discussed that result of prema bhakti we will get by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And sadhana means chanting with attention. Prabhupada used to say, we should chant properly. What is the meaning of chanting properly? Chanting attentively. What is the meaning of chanting attentively? Whatever we pronounce, it should be pronounced properly and heard properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It should be pronounced properly and also heard properly. This is called hearing, chanting with attention. Some people ask, what should I think? Can I think Krishna's lotus feet? Can I think Krishna's lotus face? Prabhupada said you don't have to see or think of anything. You just have to hear attentively. That is called sadhana. Bhava will come later on. Sadhana means hearing attentively. And the problem is that as soon as we become attentive, we enter into sleep. Some people say, I don't know what happens during chanting. And some people say that happiness we get by 6 hours sleep at night is nothing as compared to happiness we get when we sleep during chanting and during Bhagavatam class. Nowadays, people have difficulty in sleeping. They go to the doctors. But I say, don't go to the doctors. Come to ISKCON Bhagavatam class. No problem, you will sleep. I am not telling theoretical thing. There's a case study. During Prabhupada's time it happened. Prabhupada was giving Bhagavatam class. A new man entered into the temple hall. And he saw that class is going on, he sat down. And he saw some devotees are sleeping also. So he also slept. Then devotees know that after Bhagavatam class there is breakfast. And that time no devotee will sleep. But this man did not know that after class there is breakfast. So devotees got up and they saw this man is still sleeping. So they approached and woke him up. Please wake up, wake up. He said, what happened, what happened? No, now is a breakfast time. Class is over. Okay. Says breakfast is also available here. Very good. How much I have to pay? He said, it's free. ISKCON is wonderful. Class is also free. After class breakfast, that's also free. Very good society. But I want to meet your Swamiji. Your Swamiji is very, very powerful Swamiji. He said, why? Also, I'll tell you that, but devotee said, please take breakfast first. So he took breakfast. But after breakfast, immediately, where is that Swamiji? Where is that Swamiji? Devotees thought maybe he was very impressed by his talk. He said, why you want to meet the Swamiji? He said, I have to reveal to you. I cannot tell lie to you. You are devotees of the Lord. So I have a disease. I did not sleep in my life. I went to so many doctors, took so many medicines. Even after that, I cannot sleep at night. But here in your ISKCON temple, 8 o'clock in the morning, so many people, by sitting down, I don't know what happened to me. I was completely gone. So your Swamiji must be very powerful. So it's very, very difficult to stay awake. Why stay awake is difficult? Because of Tamoguna. And there's another story behind that. You know, during Ram Leela, Ramchandra killed Kumbhakarna. And Kumbhakarna is famous for sleeping. Very good. After Kumbhakarna was killed, everybody was happy, but one person was very upset. Her name was Nidra Devi. So Nidra Devi approached Lord Ram and said that you have taken my shelter. Kumbhakarna was my shelter. And by the association of Kumbhakarna, I also became polluted. So what will be my destiny now? What should I do? Lord Ramchandra said, no problem. I have made arrangement, wonderful arrangement for you. Wherever there is Krishna Katha, just go there. There will be no scarcity of shelter. You will get enough shelter, and by hearing Krishna Katha, you will be purified also. So when there is Krishna Katha, Nidra Devi moves around. So people feel sleepy during sadhana. And most important part of sadhana is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and chanting of the holy name. And there Krishna has tricked us that we become sleepy. That's why most important part of our sadhana is to stay awake. Important sadhana. Stay awake during Bhagavatam class and stay awake during chanting of the holy name. Somebody came to Prabhupada, I was doing meditation and I am feeling very fresh now. Prabhupada said, definitely you will feel fresh because we had a wonderful sleep. So our purpose of life is not to become fresh. Purpose of life is to become Krishna conscious, and to become Krishna conscious, we have to be awake. That is important part of sadhana. Here, but there is another category of people, those who are influenced by Rajaguna. Rajaguna means they will not be able to sleep and they will not be able to hear also. So what they will do? That is the time for their daily planning. So they start planning. His body will be here, but his mind will be somewhere else. That is Rajaguna. That's why people say we don't chant the holy name. We are doing rounds, right? How many rounds? 1 round, 2 rounds. We are not chanting, we are just round. Mind is moving and our hand is also moving, but we are not hearing any word which is coming out from our mouth. That is not chanting. That is called mala. Means that is called rounds. So we should come out from this concept of rounds. We should focus on hearing. Then it will become chanting. Chanting becomes chanting when we hear. And that is the most important austerity we should perform in our sadhana bhakti. So, essence I am telling that most important part of sadhana bhakti is to stay awake and try to hear the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we should try to hear the holy name of the Lord. So, with that note, I will conclude my discussion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's almost 8 o'clock. If you have any question, you can take some questions.